Hello friends, this is Somnath Mukhopadhyay from som-itsolutions. We offer training to many students on advanced computing subjects, and I'm happy to announce that there are many kids among my student group, and the kids are learning pretty advanced level of software and they are doing very well. So today we are going to discuss about one of the most important design patterns of the Gang of Four book, that is called chain of responsibility design pattern. There are many applications of chain of responsibility design pattern. I will discuss it a little later. But what is the chain of responsibility design pattern? In a chain of responsibility design pattern, we don't couple the sender of the request to the receiver. So instead, what we do, we create a chain of the receivers and we send the request to one of the participant in the chain. Then if that receiver, that participant can handle the request, then it will handle it. Otherwise it will pass the request to the next participant of the chain. This is what is exactly the chain of responsibility design pattern. There are many applications of chain of responsibility design pattern. The one framework that is coming to my mind at this moment is the Microsoft Foundation class library or Visual C++ Microsoft Foundation class libraries command routing pattern. It was an exact example of chain of responsibility design pattern. I studied it back in 90s, and then when I analyzed it, I found that this is the application of chain of responsibility design pattern. And I don't remember exactly what are the classes, probably CCMD, target, and all these classes were there, but I don't remember it right now. But when I analyzed it, I found it's an example of chain of responsibility design pattern. Now, in chain of responsibility design pattern, there are a few participants. I would like to discuss about the participant. First of all, the first participant is the handler. Handler is an interface which is basically works as a receiver. So then there will be concrete handler. Concrete handlers are the handlers or the receivers in the chain. Then we have the request itself. Request is the request that will be passed along the chain of the chain of responsibility. And then we have the client. Client is responsible for creating the request, and it will send it to a particular participant of the chain. This is all about the participants of the chain of responsibility design pattern. Now we will develop, as usual, we will develop a simple example which will illustrate the chain of responsibility design pattern in nice way. So the example that I have thought of is about a complaint escalation system. Okay, so in many offices there will be complaints. Okay, so it may be financial, it may be technical. So let's think that we are designing a technical complaint escalation system. So in technical complaint escalation system, the complaint, depending upon the severity of the complaint, it will be handled by the specific person, specific employee of the company. For example, it may be handled at the team leader level, or it may be handled at the project leader level. Or if the project leader cannot handle it, he will pass it the complaint to the project manager. And if project manager cannot handle it, then he will pass it to the general manager. And if the general manager, even the general manager cannot handle it, it will pass the request to the pass the complaint to the CTO. So the CTO is the last person who will have to handle the request or have to handle the complaint. And this is what is an good implementation of chain of responsibility design pattern. So let's start the solution. So as usual, we will develop the solution first. So let's define the complaint class. Okay, we will define the complaint class first. Let's define a class called complaint. Okay. Okay, let's define a class called complaint, and then we will have private string type. So the type of the complaint, for example, it may be technical, it may be financial. So we are considering here only the technical kind of complaint. Then we have private string description of the complaint, and then we will have, let's define the getter setter. Okay, then we'll have the description get associated, and then we'll have something like we'll have, let's create a severity enum so that it will be easy for us. Let's create an enum, let's call it severity, and then we will have in the severity we will have something like white, then we will have green, then we will have yellow, we will have orange, and then we will have red. Okay, so this is the severity enum, depending. So the person who will be generating the complaint is responsible to specify a severity level to that complaint, to include a severity level to that complaint. Okay, so let's have a, in the complaint class, let's have a severity. So private severity, and then severity, and then what we will do, we'll have a data setter for severity as well, data setter for severity. Okay, and then let's create a public complaint and string type, string description, and severity, and then we will have something like this dot type is equal to this dot type is equal to type, then we have this dot description is equal to description, and we have this dot severity is equal to, so pretty simple, straightforward, right? All right, so let's save this class. Then let's define a class who is the employee class. Okay, who the different level of employees who are responsible for creating, handling the complaint. Okay, so let's create that employee class. So we will create an employee class, let's name it employee, and let's create an abstract class for that. And what we will do actually here, let's have like that, and then we will have private employee, it will have a successor, and we will create a, as we know that the request has to be passed from one label to another label using the successor member variable of the employee. And then we will have a, let's have a protected abstract, boolean, and let's have a something like handle campaign implementation. Let's have it implementation, and we'll have campaign, and then we will have handle campaign, and then we will have something like final void, and then we'll have handle campaign, will have campaign, and then we will have something like boolean is handled at this node is equal to this dot and implementation and then complaint. Okay, and then what we will do actually, if it has a successor, so if successor if successor is not equal to null, so if the successor is not equal to null, and we will have something like this, and then we will have and not is handled at this node, or maybe rather let's have it handled at this node. Okay, so handle at this node, handled at this node. So what we will have to do, we will have to call the, we'll have to, let's do it like this, and then what we will do, if this the successor is not null, that means there is a participant in the next level, there is a next chain participant in the chain. So what we will do, we'll simply call successor dot handles complaint. Okay, successor dot handle complaint and complaint. Okay, let's save it. This is this is how the chain has been formed, and this is how the handling function of the complaint has been done. Okay, so if there is a successor, and if the complaint is not handled at any specific node, it will simply pass on the pass on the complaint to the next level of participants. So let's create few participants of the chain. This is the employee class. Let's save it, and then let's create few participants of this class. So what we will do actually here, we will have, say, let's first create a team leader. Okay, let's first create a team leader. Okay, let's start from the bottom. Okay, and then it will do employee. It will be extending the employee class. So this, and then what we will do actually here in the, now remember here what we will have to do, if say request, right, complaint, right, sorry, complaint dot get type is equal to say technical. So let's we are doing only for the technical side. Similarly, there may be complaint or financial complaint. Okay, we will handle it like the get type becomes financial. Okay, and complaint dot get severity is equal to severity dot say white. So this person will simply handle the severity with white severity with white complaint with severity white severity. Okay, what we will do actually here, so let's do that. System dot out dot println and say let's have it something like this dot get class name, get class dot get name plus maybe something like is handling the request, handling the complaint with severity plus, so complaint complaint dot get severity, get severity, get severity. Okay, severity. So this class is handling the complaint, handling the complaint, maybe complaint, and we can have a plus complaint dot get description. We can do it, and then we can have a plus, and then we can have it with severity. Okay, so this is right thing, and let's have it. What is the error? So what is the error? So it have to be a semicolon. Okay, so let this complaint guy is handling this complaint, and then naturally when it is able to handle this complaint, we will have to have it something like return true. That means it has handled the complaint, it has handled the complaint. Okay, so next return. Okay, return true. Okay, and then what we will do, we will simply else. If it cannot handle it, then what it will do, first of all, it will wait system dot out. Sorry, so what it will do actually, let's see, it will ponder upon the complaint a little bit. It will ponder upon the complaint a little bit. Thread dot steps at 2000 millisecond, and then it will do surround with try and catch, and then it will system dot out dot ln print ln. What it will do, it's a complaint with severity. It's a complaint of severity plus complaint dot get severity get severity. Okay, get severity plus I can't handle this, passing it to my boss, and then who is the boss, let's have it plus c or maybe something like get successor dot get class dot get them. Okay, let's do it successor. Oh, okay, and then what it will do, return false. Okay, that's it. So what's the problem? Get successor. So there is one error, and then it will have a first. Okay, then there is no need for this. There is no need for this now in this case. Okay, so there is no error. So if the complaint can be handled by the team leader, if it has a severity wide, it will be handled by the team leader, and in that case he will handle the complaint. Otherwise he will pass the complaint to the next successor. That's what is being done here. So now let's define a class called project leader, who is the successor or who is the boss of the team leader. Okay, so let's define it. So let's do it. Let's class project leader, and then just 1 second. I think employee. I have forgotten to create a. Let's create a employee, and let's create a employee successor, and then what we will do actually here, that this dot successors is equal to successors. Okay, so let's create this, and now let's create a class project leader. So let's create a class project leader. So what I will do, new, and then class, and then we will have project leader, and which will be basically implementing the employee class, and I will finish it off, and then so we'll have it add constructor. So and then here also we'll have to add the constructor here, team leader, control S, and team leader will have to access the constructor. Okay, all right. So project leader will be done. So let's similar to the team leader, the project leader will also handle it the same fashion. Okay, so let's have it. Let's copy the code from here, and then let's put it here. So instead of only change is that it has to be green. Okay, it has to be green. So project leader will handle a green component, otherwise everything is same. Okay, control S, and then what we will do, let's create another class called project manager, who is the boss of the project leader. So we will have project manager, and who will again be implementing the employee class. So employee class, okay, and let's finish it off. So similarly here we'll have the same thing. So let's first add the constructor, then we'll have this control V, and so the project manager is supposed to handle the yellow, right? What is the severity level? Severity yellow, right? All right. So project manager is supposed to handle the yellow campaign. Okay, and that's it. Okay, then let's have it something like general manager, who is the boss of the project manager. So we will have general manager, who is the boss of the project manager. So we will have employee, and then we will have constructor superclass, and then we will have something like that, and then simply we will do control V, and then only thing is that change is that you will handle the orange campaign. Okay, and then what we will do actually here, let's create a general manager is done, then let's create a new class called CTO, which will be again employee, and then we'll finish it off, and then we'll simply do something like this, and then we will have only thing is that he will handle the red campaign. Okay, let's save all, and that's it, the chain is done. Now let's go to the actual client who will create the campaign and who will create these participants of the chain. So let's go to the main. So our main is already being done, so let's open the main, and then let's create the first of all let's create the CTO, sorry, maybe yes, okay, CTO is equal to new CTO, and then it doesn't have CTO doesn't have any successor. Okay, then we have general manager, new general manager, and it will have a successor called CTO. Okay, then we'll have something like project manager, and it will have manager is equal to new project manager, and it will have manager the successor. Then we will have something like project leader, and it will have project leader is equal to new project leader, and then we'll have successor is project manager, and then we'll have team leader is equal to new team leader, and then we'll have project leader, I think project leader as a successor. That's it. Okay, now let's create a complaint. Let's create a complaint. So for example, suppose, so let's create a complaint. Say this is red complaint. Suppose this is a red complaint is equal to new complaint, and it will have something type, say technical, then it will have a, let's, there is a massive security breach, there is a massive security breach in the company. Then we have severity, we have something like severity dot, say it's a red severity, right? It's a red severity. Okay, so let's create the complaint, and then what we need to do actually here, we need to let's raise the issue to the lowest level of the ladder, lowest level. So for example, suppose let's issue this complaint to the lowest level. So just to be safe side, let's do it to the lowest level. Okay, so for example, suppose now what we will do actually here, so we'll have team leader dot, so handle complaint, right? Team leader dot handle complaint. So what we will do actually here, complaint was rate. Okay, now let's see the magic. Okay, so this because this is a rate complaint, it has to be handled by the CTO. So the the complaint will be automatically passed to the CTO, who is the last element of the chain, who is the last node of the chain. Okay, let's see if everything goes well. Okay, so let's run it. So let's have it. So it's a complaint with severity rate, I can't handle it, passing it to my, so it's the first thing, the team leader cannot handle it, right? It's a complaint with severity rate, I can't handle this, passing it to my boss project leader. Okay, so he's passing it to the boss project leader. Then the project leader is also cannot handle it, so it is passing it to the project manager is cannot handle it, it is passing it to the general manager, and general manager is passing it to CTO, because CTO is the person who is going to handle the rate complaint. So naturally this is the CTO is handling the complaint. There is a massive security breach in the company with severity red, and CTO is handling this complaint. CTO is handling the complaint, massive security breach in the company with severity rate. Okay, so this is exactly. Now let's create another complaint. Let's create another complaint. So for example, suppose complaint say suppose orange. Okay, suppose orange is equal to new complaint, and this is also has to be technical, and then suppose the company is so orange company means it will be handled by the general manager. So So general manager will handle what kind of complaint? So general manager will, let's say the complaint is something like there is due, or maybe the is server is not the server issue is to be sent to the client. Okay, sent to the client. Okay, then let's see, it is a severity with orange. Okay, with orange. All right, let's see, and let's if we give this complaint, so let's give it to the bottom of the chain, and then complaint orange. Okay, handle complaint, and then we will have complaint orange. Let's say it will be automatically handled by the general manager. Okay, so let's not this do this. So let's run it once again. So let's see. So see, it's a campaign with the severity orange. I can't handle this. So team leader first can handle it. Then it will send it to the project leader, then project manager, then general manager. So general manager is supposed to handle a red orange command. So automatically it will go to him. Okay. So this is how the chain of responsibility design pattern is being designed, and I hope the example that I have cited here, that I have done here, that I have developed here, is must be good enough to make you understand the purpose of the chain of responsibility design pattern. So I wish you all the best, and next time I will discuss some more design pattern. So we see you then. Bye.